Hello everybody. Since we're doing textiles, I thought we'd have a look at some repeated patterns which are really common in fashion. So this is houndstooth check, which is a checkered pattern, so it's black and white, alternating colours, but it's the same shape repeated over and over again, and they tessellate, so they all join together. Okay, so this is a tessellating pattern. Up here there's some examples of products using that pattern. So there's a jacket, it's a houndstooth jacket. There's a chair using that pattern. There's a jumper using that houndstooth pattern. So you see all sorts of different products are made using this same houndstooth pattern. And we're going to have a go at making our own tessellating pattern similar to houndstooth. Okay, we're going to design some clothing or product using that pattern. Here's one that I made this morning. So I made this jacket with a tessellating pattern, but I made it using this little template here, which is actually really small and fiddly. I used a 1 cm by 1 cm square to start with, so that's very small. So it's actually easier the larger you do your pattern. So the larger you can get your picture, the better. So I'm going to start off with a 30mm by 30mm square, and it must be a perfect square, it can't be a rectangle. So this is 30mm or 3 cm by 3 cm wide. And I'm going to draw a line from top to bottom and side to side. It can be a zigzag, like on my last one here, that was a zigzaggy line. Or it can be a wavy line. It's up to you what you do. I'm going to do one like this time. Try a wavy line like that. And I'm going to cut it out into the 4 pieces and then put it back together, reassemble it in a different order. So to know the order, I'm going to put the numbers on it clockwise. It needs to go clockwise around like that. So you start there and you go round with the numbers like that, clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to cut out those pieces. I've cut out my 4 pieces. I've now got to rearrange them so the outer edges are on the inside. So these corners need to be on the inside. So instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, it needs to go, start from the bottom right, 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. So that one there, that one there, 1, 2, 3, 4 with the outer edges in the middle. Okay. Fiddly. There we go, like that. Now you can either tape them together, or if you haven't got any tape, you can glue them onto another piece of paper and then cut out the whole shape again, which is what I'm going to do because I don't have any sellotape. So there I have my completed template. I'm just going to practice with this first of all, just to make sure the pattern all lines up. Once you've drawn around your template, you can move it up, line it up and then draw the next one, and so on. And that pattern seems to work pretty well. And one thing to bear in mind when you do this, always make sure you keep your template the same way around for each time you trace it. So I've kept my numbers facing the right way up every time. So you don't rotate your template like that because you won't be able to line it up. Always make sure you use it the same way for every one. I think this pattern might suit a pair of trainers, so I've Googled on the internet trainer fashion template. Obviously look up templates for whatever you want to design, whether it's clothing, it could be a suit, it could be a shirt, it could be, you know, trousers, shoes, bag, but this is the template that I found here. So you can either print those out as large as you can, or as I'm going to do, I'm just going to trace my screen because I don't have a printer. So I'm just going to do that carefully. Okay, there it is. It's not perfect because I just traced it off my screen, but that's fine. I'm going to now start adding my pattern. I'm actually going to hold my template a bit diagonally to make it a bit more interesting. But remember, every one has to be the same angle. So if I start at that angle, every one of them has to be the same angle. So there's the finished coloured in tessellated pattern on my trainers. That was using the larger template than my original one over here. That was using a 1 by 1 centimetre square to start with. This one was using a 3 by 3 centimetre to start with, so that's much easier. I recommend using a larger square to start with when you make your template. I want you to have a good go at this, try and have fun with it, see what you can come up with. Send me pictures of what you've got, and I really look forward to seeing them. Hopefully see you all soon.